Yo, Yasin. Nice to see you
Mr.
again.
Third Place, by the way. You please refer to me by the
Mr.
brand.
Third place. Yo, we got up to third place on the top SA comedy charts for Apple Music. That is such a just achievement. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
fast.
so much. Guys, you know, the thing of we just here to talk and you guys listen and share. So you bring the things we have in our head to life.
Yeah, I think that we also said that we're going to start reaching out to fans to give their comments about like the questions and stuff. So be in mind or be ready for that for our views.
Because so what we're planning on doing is basically going, because the topics we are doing we love, and I feel like we talk matric pool, then you guys all have stories of matric pool, so we want you guys to also tell us your stories.
Yeah.
And then so we'll do like a second episode of the matric pools and of the games so that you guys can come
Yeah,
back.
maybe we'll do one like every few months where we get feedback from like everybody, and it'll be lekker to do, and we'll just randomly decide. But yeah, it'll be fun, man.
This is Farid Davids and this is his story on games. That's what we want to do. I don't know who he is, by the way.
But yeah, otherwise, it's really smart just came out there. It's such
Classic
a big
move
thing.
of I don't know what I was gonna say. Yeah. Otherwise.
So to be back this week with clubbing or jawling, whatever you want to call it, but going to the jaw.
The Joel. I think it's a valuable experience for everybody. Whether you like it or not, you have to go to the Joel just to go, I don't like it. Or you go there and you go, I like having people's sweaty bodies against me and
Sure.
moving my body in a weird way to weird music. And then, yeah.
The jaw is fun, man. Born, I had fun in the jaw. Yeah. I don't go so much anymore, but I had a good time. Yo.
But you became a DJ though.
I don't know if it's called the DJ, but DJ Clive has his thing, and he plays as well as Taz as well, and it's fun, man. I know a lot
When
of
we're all
DJs.
vaccinated, we're gonna have at our handball tournament.
Okay.
The DJ is gonna come DJ.
Salute. But having said that, we obviously have quite a few people on it, so guests or contributors like we always have. And this week we're starting with Fynn, who's actually our
producer.
Yeah, it's our producer, but he edits our stuff. And thank you so much to Fynn. He's such a sticker stand-up guy. He's a top DJ.
And he makes for fuck the music also.
He does.
Mix jams, guys. Go
let's check
find
him out
his
on
music.
Spotify, and it's just actually a lekker O as well. Know him freak long. Actually, he knows me before I know him because he saw me at a braai in Grassy Park once, and he was young, and he saw us siping and cutting on. So
How old is he then?
I think he's in his mid-20s.
Oh, okay. Oh no, then you must look cool in his eyes then.
Nah, probably fucking not.
'Cause you know when you see like your friends, older cousins, or you see your older cousin's friend, but like older people as a lighter, you go, whatever they do is cool. I don't know what it is they're doing, but being older is cool.
As a guy, if you see another older man siping, then you're like, yo, man, bro. Or just smoking an shit.
Experienced.
Yeah.
This man must know other people.
Yeah. So salute to Fynn, and then we also have Hixie Fit Kit, Mr. Hayden Manuel, mega influencer, as well as the fact that I know him freak long actually from when he was on SP. Actually played soccer with him as well at William Herbert and Rivals mostly, but also at board. Nah, never. And he's got some good balls of wisdom. We've also partied at lots of the same places as well, not internationally, but locally. So very, very excited to have him on.
Hayden is also the Puma boy.
He is.
That's how I know and love him.
And the Rain Sudden podcast, pew, 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 pew. He used to have it with Rolo. It was really, really cool. And thank you so much for them to contributing tonight, as well as your friends as well. Yeah, seeing that you have in your pocket.
No, it's everybody's friends, guys. This is what this podcast is. It's like everybody who contributes is a friend.
I'd say friends, I just mean it the ones that he's going to announce. Because, I don't know what else to say there.
We have Jason Goliath, comedian and radio man, but just an all-around good guy. I'll say my Jabuk Brasa. You know those brasser that you meet later in life, and then you just go, you actually like a bra.
I remember the first time I saw him, it was like he was at the rugby ad and he was making everybody go boss in the stadium. And then he was on the airplane. It's just like a liquor that you can see at the bra.
And he is that bra though. That bra that he
Yeah.
acts like is actually the bra like who he is in the life. Yeah.
We actually had him on the Talk show, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, he was very cool.
Yes, I forgot about that also. Yeah, he came prepared. He was ready that night.
Yeah.
And then we also have a second time contributor, Lindy Johnson, all the way from Paul and I in Johannesburg. Also a friend from the timeline that you guys might know her. And then we have our final. We got a lot of people this week. We have Maxine Caesar,
Wow.
singer and extraordinaire.
And also a legacy was a Richard Caesar. Shoo! Richard Caesar, I say, fuck it, man, the jazz, man, you know, when the jazz fucking play, man, bro. Jesus, fucking autumn leaves, I say. Sammy fucking Weber. But Richard Caesar.
You guys didn't see that now, but Simon fully became DJ Clive. Like I saw the whole body change, the face change, the voice, even the way he was holding his cigarette changed.
But what a main I must say, so it was Ashford's 50th last year or the year before. Fuck, time just flew during this pandemic.
What is time?
And everybody got together for the club. We were at Vitabull Civic, and they opened up the dance floor. And Ian Smith, who's obviously they're all very accomplished, but they're in the band. And then Ian Smith opened up the dance floor. With the saxophone alone, my bro. The man all stick out there. Richard, I think it was Sammy as well. And they performed live there for us. And you know how the fuck it was, my bro. Talking about beige bras and panties just on the on the DJ, on the guitar. I'm just joking. But it was such a liquor event. Everybody loves them. I've seen them so much perform at like Ashford and various events because they are so quiet. I mean, Richard is Mr. Caesar. He's a legend. He's a legend.
You know, it's also the thing of like a live. There's a magic of a live band.
Yeah.
Like a DJ playing. Don't get me wrong, it's fire. But a live band, I feel like the music is almost drummed into you for longer.
Yeah.
Like the next day, just when you're doing the dishes, it's still in you.
That like at Ashford, my video, like I remember it wasn't Richard Caesar's name, but there was a band there. But what traditionally happens is that there's a band that plays, and it's like the platter parties or the snack dances or the fundraisers that we have. And then the DJ comes afterwards, but this Owens was playing like I Love to Track and all this enormous my video. And my video, it's such a lick experience, and I miss that so much. Just going to like snack dances and that stuff. It's
so guys, in December, when everybody's vaccinated, we'll be having a handball tournament where DJ Clive will DJ, and then we'll have a platter party afterwards.
Yeah, okay, just make all those fucking plans. Speak to him, don't speak to me.
But yeah, guys, you must come with a platter. And then, so that's all the contributors we have for the night.
It is, yeah.
So the first question that we have is, when was the first time you went to a show?
Yeah.
And you?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you now. Okay. I'm asking.
Basically, the first show I went to was obviously a matinee. It really was. I didn't go before that, and also I didn't like. I wasn't one of those people who went in standard 6 or standard 7 or grade 8 and grade 9. Trying to wrap my brain.
I feel like people that call them grades is not listening to the show now.
And basically, it was going to Dockside as well as Vibe. Those were my first two clubbing experiences. So Vibe Matinees and Dockside Matinees was where I started out.
Shit, but the Vibe Matinees is a while ago already.
The Vibe Matinees, the line was the most fucking daunting thing as somebody who's underage, firstly at 15 years old, and also got a bottle of Zappa on you. Because what we used to do is we used to go to the Smoky before, and then we'll go buy 2 Zappas and a connoisseur. We buy this specifically and purely because we don't have money for chaser. We got money to go in, and we have money for dope. And we want to get in our puss. That's just the plan, because we at this Joel. We want to get in our chops, and we want to chase if it was possible.
I like that was like 3rd or 4th on the list of things that must happen today.
Look, the first thing is that you must have a liquor time with your brasa first, because there's going to be someone who you must carry around, and it's better for you guys to love together so you can support each other. But we used to buy it purely because we didn't have money for chasers. So we used to go in, take our zappas and take a connoisseur, but also we used to take a drinker pop. And the drinker pop was we asked for a jug of water and you mix the cola drinker pop and then you can have that with your connoisseur. And the connoisseur mostly, but also Burton because it was the cheapest brandies to buy for us to consume. But yeah,
You fully came with like, because it sounds like you guys worked it out. Like you knew what the ratio was and who
Yeah.
need to carry what and who had bigger pockets, whose jacket there was space and
Nah,
how much water we need.
You don't even need to. You have to walk in with your bottle because they will just check that it's closed still. So you could bring your bottle into the matinee at that
okay.
point. I mean, there's no jaws that exist like that anymore.
It's such a wild time.
no, bro, and
These are
standing in
children.
the line, so everybody gives their money before the time. So you make your purchases and all your alcohols together. And if you don't get in, then you're not going to save worth. You must find another way home also. But I'm sure we're going to talk about travel and logistics just now. But my bro, you're lying in that line and I used to pop, my bro. I remember, I'm going to tell you this one memory, it's small while here. This is lying in the line, but now they search him liquor. They find a packet of Oreos in his pocket. And I said, what is this for? And he said, my mom said, it's in case I get hungry. So he had to eat his Oreos and then he did get to go in there. I remember that. Do I have memories of friends getting gated? Then they go to the back of the line and they change their jacket or put the
yes.
jacket on their waist. But I mean, it was just it was fun. But I used to get in because I had this beautiful thin mustache that made me look 18. It definitely made me look 18. Look, if I was buying dope, then I looked 18. I guess. I don't know.
We need
I
to
don't
also
believe
go.
that.
Did the bouncers know? Because I'm pretty sure, because I can see the difference between a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old like boys.
Hey, bro, it
'Cause
doesn't even matter. We were under 18.
that's also true. But I just go, that mustache wasn't fooling. I'm sure the bouncers knew, and the bouncers were like, you know what? This is later.
Look, it was a long time ago. Things have obviously
That's
changed.
also very true.
Very much more drastically. And it was the Wild Wild West back then, a little bit, I guess.
My first time was, there was a friend I used to go to like on the weekends. And anyway, one day I went to him, but he didn't tell me. He's just like, oh, we're going to Cavendish Square. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with. I also was, like in retrospect, I was very uncool. Like I didn't even dress cool. They were like, oh no, we wear Jordans and Gooders. I was just like, I wear khakis.
As Yasin says, in his oversized jersey that I think somebody knitted for him.
My mom knitted me this, and it's
Yeah.
amazing, guys. It's like a hug. Anyway, so we go to
It's like a
Cavendish. right?
chessboard.
So we go to Cavendish. Then they're like, oh no, we're going over the road. Okay, I've never been here. Oh, we're going to go play games. Then I thought we're going downstairs. No, we're going to Funky Lemon.
Oh, okay.
Then I was like, what is this? But I must be cool because I'm with the cool friends.
Was it nighttime?
No, it was a daytime matinee, right? So it's the first time I see what a club looks like inside. There's a strobe. In my mind, I'm going, are we in Blade? This looks like Blade. The only other time I've seen a strobe is in Blade. Then I was like, oh no, this thing was wild. Anyway, that was like my first time. And I don't think I was really versed like of what the room was. But I'll say my first established time that I knew what the thing was Dockside.
That's
Dockside
dope.
matinees was like the ultimate thing.
Yeah, we used to rave. Like I used to honestly do all the things. Like I have a playlist on YouTube of my top 10 favorite Dockside playlists. It has so many views, and people have commented on it because they also identify with it. And it's lekker to think that there is people with multiple lights just laminated sitting there and listening to rave. And I enjoy that because it's just
making
takes
baby
me back.
formula and listening to Sandstorm.
But I mean, we all had our stages. I mean, even if you think about like Acid House, and when that came across, that was like progressive. That was your parents saying you listen to the devil music, and it was like what the late 80s and stuff, and towards the 90s, and yeah.
But with that said, the dark side was. It was wild. It was proper crazy times because when I remember walking inside and going, it feels like we're in a tank because it was around still also. And then also like the foam parties that they used to. Oh, foam parties was such a weird experience to have.
I learned very fast at the phone parties. Just that, okay, it's daylight now, but also you get very wet, and then I used to avoid it sometimes when I don't list to be, but then some brasses lam and I can't wait. But it was fun initially, but then I was like, I'm not gonna lam in a phone this time.
You must be there only like a few hours and then you must go home. Also because I made the mistake of wearing new jeans and new white tackies. and then
It
coming
become
home,
like blue.
and then coming home and seeing a blue stain in my shoes, and it broke my heart. And then my mom
Yeah.
was just like, "Yeah, it's your own doing here."
I mean,
I
it
think-
happened to me also in my white Levi 501. But not the nice one. My dad took me to Big Owl, you know, when they snip off the Levi chappy. That one, only because I can't wear nice things or get nice things because I'm growing. Fuck that.
Can I feel your toe? Let me feel your toe. You know,
Yeah.
when they buy your shoes and they press it and they look for that cap.
Yeah.
This is your toe. Is it, move your toe? Move your toe. Can it move? Okay, it's supposed to grow. So then we asked some
Your
of
feet is still growing, it looks like.
He's a god patatrapper. Anyway, so we asked our contributors their first time at the jaw.
Okay, so my first jaw or club experience was quite a unique experience, mainly because I was very much underage. I mean, I just started high school, I think grade 8 to grade 9, so this was like 2009, 2010 side. So I was very much underage, and at the time, at first, it was hard for us to get into the club. Myself and another friend of mine was also part of the act, but we eventually got in because we had to explain to them that we're performing, and without us, we can't perform. So yeah, we got in, had a crazy night, stayed the whole night, eventually got home like past 3, got scolded out like crazy and had the worst hangover in class, almost falling asleep in class. Crazy time. I did enjoy it nonetheless.
Sure. So, okay, I understand why Fynn got gated because if you haven't met Fynn, he's quite small. He's not the tallest man. So, and he's very scraal, also very like thin. And I can imagine that he looked very underage. And yeah, I think that would be a reason why he wouldn't have gotten in. But having said that, now, for this man to have been gated, to want to get into the show so badly that they came up and to each other and they said, you know what we must do, my bro? We say that we fucking performing tonight. That's what we say we fucking do. Ja, my bro. We performed vanuit Sinzai. Ons perform ons, yeah. And my bro then they came up to the bouncer and the bouncer said, oh, that's fucking no shame. Remember, let them in.
The bouncers knew. I'm sure the bouncers knew. Also, the way to go, like to walk back and then have a conversation. It's almost like 3 Ninja Kids vibes. Where you're like, oh no, you sit on my shoulders and then we're just going to say we're adult and walk in. But
wait, I have another question. What he didn't say his age. He said it's like grade 8 or something
I
like
think it was
that.
like 16.
And then, my bro, where is he performing and what? And he's coming home on 3 o'clock and from on a school night. His brother must have been dancing somewhere or something. And he said he's with him and it was some cock.
Fynn needs to now go speak to his parents and ask them, what did you believe I was doing that night, that on a school night, I was just out performing?
Yeah.
It's questionable parenting.
That's crazy.
Yes, Hayden.
Yo, what was my first jewel? I think my first jewel, like many Southern Suburbs babies, was at the Community Chess Carnival, 1999. I was grade 8. I can remember my age. I don't care. But I'm not sure if it was Wild Side or if it was Flavor that year. But the Community Chess, you know, the matinee rave tent for the youth. That was my first jewel.
Yes, sir. I'm just obviously confirm what he said. It is Flavor. Well, it was Flavor. And the Community Chess used to be lekker. Go there with mommy. Get it the round Russian cushion thing. You know, I don't know what with the powdered powdered candy, powdered sugar on it.
Yes,
and it's so crispy.
Mm.
Then after that, you go with your brother, like your mommy, then go home, or you come there alone, like on a different time with your brother. But you go into Flavor, and Flavor's white tent. It's like that big white tent that you go to events at, it's like stuff there, but it's just light.
Tea
inside
garden
there.
tent also.
Yeah, it's got a thick plastic. Now you're inside there. Now they're just drinking and pumping the rave, man, bro. And it's just underage
Till
man.
I come.
Bro.
The ATB.
But it's inside and it is hot. And secondly, the sweat is tapping off the ceiling and mense is making cringe because everybody's mousing. These mense lamming against the side with their white gloves. Kijk, die na man. Kijk, where's Jay, man? What's a battle? And I remember one day my friend Lal, who lives in Australia, he battled this man, and then he lost. You just know when you lose, like it was like ah. But it also depends on actually how much people's hyping you up in the
That's also
background.
true. You can be
to decide
you can
who
be
winner.
low, but if your brasa hype you, you win.
So others they were like, nah, salute to beat me and stuff like that. Like it was like a push a big thing, you know what I mean? It's nothing. But
Raving and
anyways,
fireballs and like but that was before Dragon Ball Z also. That was like fireballs from
maybe it's fireballs from Street Fighter. Not Kamehamehas.
but it was such an intense time to be like in the club also with a glycoscope.
Yeah.
You know when people used to put boys used to put like glycerine soap bars into their hair so that it would stand up straight.
I tried it, no? But then I got for egg because it takes kak long actually to do it. I figured out, and I didn't do it eventually. I just went with the small spikes, easy. You know, spikes was the way.
I didn't have the hair that could do that. I had like waves and curls, which was very awkward also.
But very, very, very popular at Funky Lemon, I imagine.
With the slums and lighties. And then I think I went to community just once, twice.
Everywhere it's such a major
Because
thing.
what was the one in? Was that Wildside that was at Claremont Civic Center? What was that?
Claremont Civic Center.
Claremont Civic Center used to have like a Friday night show also for lighties.
I used to be a local, my bro. I was in the south, in the Retreat Steenberg.
We was Wildside.
That side.
We was Wildside. Wildside was also a club, wasn't it?
I was never there. I can't confirm no now, but you obviously know.
I think I went there with my sister Rishka. If you're listening, let us know. What's that sound?
And I mean,
Is it your machine?
maybe.
The fan. Oh, okay.
Then basically, yeah, you just threw me on fucking track. Yeah, no.
You know, the other thing is when I listen to the Brasa talk on here, then you can
That's
hear
a cars going past if you heard that now.
you can hear the people thinking and having like proper throwbacks in their head. Here's Jason.
My first draw was matinee sessions. Those sessions used to jump from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Used to happen in Joburg CBD at a place called Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace was the little club that happened just after Rippingtons. Never got to go to Rippingtons, best name ever. And all I know is there was some mixtape going around with the DJ from Rippingtons making a song. Oh, Rippingtons, it's lekker hier. Is nie lekker, daar's lekker hier by Rippingtons. Crystal Palace much more classy. Obviously, because Rippingtons was closed. But Crystal Palace was great. 2-level, daytime jaw, but when you're inside, it smelled like 2 o'clock in the morning. I think they only sold Black Label. And we only would listen to Robin S. That's it. Show Me Love and Black Label, which basically means the same thing. Yeah. Show me love.
I have this obviously this vivid memories of my siblings who are obviously older than me. I was the last Lamek in the family. Southern Malcolm, and obviously looking for the comps and stuff. But they used to just have comps also because they used to like go to like Browns and West End and obviously like the club and all those places back then. But I think that they used to go to West End, etc. And like they just do like start their night with jazzing, and obviously there was other places that they used to go for their matinees. But matinees was such a big factor for them completely, and for my older cousins who used to go with bus and stuff to West End before, who was like just a bit way older than me.
So my sisters also. It's weird now. All of us used to go clubbing. Surprise! It's just weird. But also, my parents used to take us. So that was the other thing where it was like I'll say control thing. Then my sisters used to go to like Space Odyssey, like that time, and not Galaxy.
The space,
yeah, and some other places I'll say what do you call it side. But Jason was saying that they were selling dope at the matinee.
Yes, I mean, but you just heard it. I went to Vibe, which was years later after my siblings stopped going to matinees, where they also saped. So it's not to say anything other than the fact that we've been saping. And matinees was just an environment where we could sape in a protected place where we could be there, saping not by a friend's house, listening to a thing, but rather celebrating ourselves with music, etc.
Also, Show Me Love is still an anthem.
Yeah.
I feel like it's on the same level as Sister Batina. You can play it in any club.
it's you can if you're in South Africa, it's gonna get the dance floor going for sure.
When you hear that, then you go, okay, I'm home and I'm safe.
Honestly, like lots of old school songs would be there, but at that time it was just school.
Then the second question we asked was, what is it? Your favorite favorite club?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, favorite club.
So my favorite club, oof. Like I've been to some crazy clubs around the world. Like I've partied. Obviously, Cape Town is lit. My favorite club experience in South Africa would be like the Joburg clubs. And then later in life, like Coco, because you got all the, make good money, popping bottles. The best is like when you're at Coco, whatever, and there's rappers in the building, whatever, and we then this bottle will start. You know what I mean? We have the most champagne. You know what I'm saying? We was doing the dumbest shit, pouring the stuff out. But that's just fun. But also like I've been around the world, so like I've been to clubs like Germany's always a big vibe, Berlin's always a big vibe, Barcelona's a vibe, Tokyo's also a vibe. Like each Dubai, obviously Dubai go crazy.
The man's been traveling.
Every city is has a different energy, but it's always love and it's always fun. But the truth is, I'm not that big of a clubber. Like I said earlier, I got super grumpy in old age, so I just want to stay in the house. But yeah.
No, you see, that was unnecessary flex now.
Yeah.
We were just like, a club. A club is here down the road from your house. Now this man's talking about Barcelona.
Maybe, but I mean, it's so cool to him to experience all this stuff. Like, I've traveled a little, but I've never really gone jolling. It was also just because you get to go for a small day trip, but you also want to be with your brass, but your brass is not with you, man, so it feels weird. But
shout out also, it's more that he goes to club around the world. It's a big deal when the ladies can move.
The other thing is, he's talking about bottles in the jaw. Now, when we were at the club, now we used to hate the man who was lamming with bottles in the jaw because they were older than us. And we couldn't afford bottles, so we carbo and we drink before pre-gaming and carboing, which is very, very much fucking vital. And then inside the jaw.
Explain carbo.
You're sleeping in the car, either on the way to the jaw or at the jaw, you have a bottle with you.
In the boot. Is that the one
in the
that
boot,
you
passenger
sleep in the
side,
boot?
behind, whatever. But passenger side normally skunks. But you still hate the man with bottles in the jaw because they always look cool. And then they feel like, why must I do that? They're going to get all the kindness. But growing up a bit now, and then when we started earning money from our jobs, we realized that if you buy a bottle in the drawer, it's cheaper than buying those by the bar the whole time. So it's actually, they were just being cost effective. So I apologize for all that fucking hate. And I thought that you were just trying to chase all the girls in the club, okay? Which you probably were.
But also, they could afford it. So, I mean, they had to look the part or so. Yeah, we have Jason with his favorite club.
And I think everybody's favorite jaw should be the one that they first fight to legally. The one where they were proud to show their ID. The one where they didn't have to stand behind their friend that had hairy lips. That had prize for the guys as well. And that is called HQ's, headquarters. It is in Bears Valley, around the corner from Ellis Park. And it was the type of club where you would see the most magnificent things, and also, if somebody doesn't get stabbed, something's wrong. You know, the type of place that they say, one must die, two must go to the hospital. HQs, the headquarters, are just to be a jump of epic proportions.
They say someone must die.
Yeah. Two people must get stabbed and one person must die. Then you know it was a good night.
Yo, a lot to think about there. Oh my God. I've been to Jola with the rolls before, and sometimes it just goes crazy.
Yo,
seen some mad stuff in the Jola as well, with the ones who's just duck disciple. Or mensen who just come out and it's like, stretch their legs, smack to roll in the Jola tonight, kick in the bush. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you've seen people who's repeat offenders fighting.
That was also funny. There was a time we used to go to Atmosphere, probably like nearly every week. You know those...
I used to be there also. I used to love Atmosphere.
There's a time I think if you do go to the Joel, that you go to the same Joel probably for like a few months. Like it's a season
Yeah.
that you become a regular and you see the regulars and it becomes head nods, then it becomes greeting.
I remember when
Now we
atmosphere
brass.
opened, and it was like so stressful to get in because you had to have your like a chino and a shirt, and then or a collared shirt and nice shoe.
We're gonna get to
And
we're gonna get to the outfits later.
Eventually, this was gone, and anybody could come in and whatever. Remember?
Yes,
it was liquor.
but the thing is, where the guys used to fight, and then after a few weeks, you go, no, but you were fighting last week also, and the week before. No, you just a problem child now. But also when the minor wait outside, so they fight, get geared up, and now they wait outside. Then I'm just like, now the whole club is empty because we're all gonna go see who's gonna fight
Yeah.
in the three-way stuff with atmosphere.
We used to at like Ashford, we used to have lots of also Joel because they used to hire it out, but then they used to like try to earn money from the party.
Yeah.
So then as DJs to come, and obviously everybody from different areas is sticking at me and saying, Bakkesh is pulling up now, my bro. So there used to be this man, I'm not gonna say his name because maybe he's listening, but we remember his name clearly. And it used to be fun in the beginning. We said like, man, bro, this man is rolling outside, his top is off. And then you just see the men rolling. And then it started happening. Then eventually by like the 13th fight, the next 5 months down, we're like, oh, man, bro, you wouldn't believe so-and-so's fighting outside again. I'm like, oh, again? Okay. Then we just keep on dancing. So because we're like, this man here needs to stop fucking fighting.
Also, when you see a fight in the Joel, you just like, I spent my money to be here. I don't need to like miss. I don't want to miss this moment here. You guys fight, enjoy your fight. I want to see, but I also don't want to see. And there's a time where you just go fight. I'm gonna be here and enjoy this thing.
Yeah, and it's got when the fight breaks out also like near you and your girlfriend, and you must be like there and like, me bro, can we just walk away from this place right now and then we come back just now or something? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there's too much stuff is happening.
Or if you get knocked like too hard, then you can't just stand there now. I must go home now. Now you're just like, I wasn't part of the fight, but it killed my vibe, and I'm not gonna be liquor here.
Bro, they come pull you out the so man, bro. Gavin's fighting. We must go now. Go where? Gavin's fighting. I'm sleeping. Gavin can math. Yo, that can pull them inside and say like someone's just fighting me, but fuck that, man. Yo.
Those are the worst. You brought such a memory. Here we have Lindy.
My favorite Joel, I don't know if I have a favorite Joel. I think I really like Lasanta in Melville. It doesn't really count as a Joel, it's quite chilled. But that's like most of the places in Joburg, your restaurant, and then people are just twerking over your chicken wings. So it was a Joel. In Cape Town, my favorite is the waiting room. I had one really great night there, and that was my first and last time there because those
What's your favorite
are
Joel?
you just I can barely walk up those when I'm sober. Now you want me to do it after I've been drinking and making heavy eye contact with cute boys. I mean, not to get too sexual.
Yo, at the waiting room, beautiful music. Like it's so just like the DJs and stuff. Props to everybody who plays it because it's such a vibe. Like culturally, it feels like. But maybe it is too hot in there.
But so here's the thing. Waiting room, if you've never been, it looks like a Pharrell music video.
Yeah, but smaller.
Yeah, and just like you can, when you walk, it's not a breeze that hits your face, it's breath.
Yeah,
It's always sweat and it's always, yeah. It was fun times, it was good.
yeah, had good times there.
But yeah, that stairs was a damn problem. Any
Yes.
club with stairs, like, who was some, we were talking about Dark Side also. Any club with stairs, I think it's a trap. They want people to balang because you know the girls are coming there with high heels.
Didn't you also feel like that at Deluxe as well? Just walking up there, like you had a part open, now you go downstairs, and then you come back in again.
Not even me who didn't drink. I'm just like, I still just don't like stairs because I go, it's wasting my energy. Just give me a flat surface. Also, stays in the dark. This is the other thing. Deluxe had that
Yes.
also, where you just see random people falling. And you go, why? Then you go, oh, there's a step. No one saw the step. And
Nah, they were feeling the music. Deluxe is crazy in the means of all the music. They're playing that bongo drums and stuff and that's all there. Yeah, so it's fun. It's a great club.
That was. I'm also having a moment here. Years. So then the next one, the question we had was, how did they get to the Jewel?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did they get to the Jewel? And yes, Hayden.
So I'm speaking about like the matinees and the underage stuff. Like we always like somebody's mom always took us, or like if it was dark side, like my friend's mom had a bakkie, and we'd all just meet there like after soccer, and just get on the back of a bakkie, like 12 of us, and just on the M5, no canopy, just going. And I remember like one of the craziest moments is like my first ever like phone party. Like I didn't know what the hell a phone party was. So we all went to the jaw. Got like soaked in the foam because we think the foam is foam. Like you don't know like that stuff is gonna dissolve into liquid onto your clothes. So we're going a bush, and now we must get in the bakkie back home from Century City to like the south, and we're all soaking wet. Or at least I was. And the next day I got so sick, but it was worth it. And then as we got older, like when we like varsity and stuff, like everybody had cars and stuff. So one friend in our crew had a old school caravel, so we used to operate with that thing. Or like somebody would steal their mommy's car for the night and just say we're going to a baraka auntie.
Just before we reply to that, I just want to say, Yasin, what was your favorite club?
Yo, that's actually a difficult question. My favorite club, the thing is, Dockside. I think Dockside had like the greatest memories of like it was new experiences. Like after that, I almost understood what clubs was.
Yeah.
But Dockside it also exposed me to like music, like liquor music. It's like it was out of the radio music.
But where were you? Were you in the raving or were you downstairs?
I was downstairs. No, I was by the raving. Then only after the first couple of months, I realized, oh shit, there's music downstairs also.
Yeah.
Then I went. Then I was like, oh, this is R&B and hip hop. What? I don't hear this music from my mommy's radio. Then you started listening to those things, and I think that's really, 90s R&B was the vibe in that space. And you?
I was always upstairs at the rave. I was never downstairs at the R&B section at all. I was always at the
But
rave.
were you on the stage raving or were you in the middle raving?
I was in the middle raving. I never ever wanted to get up on the stage.
I was on
the
stage.
battles.
I was on the stage. No, but just like, not on display there. I couldn't.
Oh no, I'm talking about like in front of the DJ booth and we used to have the battles.
Yeah.
So that like, are you talking about dancing on the stage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we were up there dancing.
Okay.
But I'm talking about that stage battle area. Obviously I have a few favorite clubs and it's really tough because Atmosphere is up there for me.
Yeah.
The Galaxy, which is one of the
Yes, Gala's actually Gala is on my favorites.
Yeah.
There was a time where Rishka and I used to go a lot. Like we'd go out as like as separate with our own brasser. Then we'd come home. Let's say like 12 o'clock from the friends. Then I go, yo, are you asleep? And she's like, nah, come, we go. We take the car and then we'd go down the road, spend like an hour or two, and then come home again.
That's crazy. The Galaxy used to be fun, obviously. Lekker to go to. I have lots of memories there with my friends there, just obviously siping and chasing, and obviously just dancing and having a liquor grand gallivanting.
Gallivanting.
You know, obviously in the car, or seeing Andy in his white suit up there making announcements like, stop talking over the song, me bro. But then also besides
DJs
that,
loves DJ like not DJs, the MCs. They waited for like just before the break. Then they're like, hey guys, you guys having a good time? Ladies make some noise. And you're like, bruh, I just want to dance. Now you're giving out speeches. Can the Cressida move, please? C823. Uncle, leave me alone. But also, Gala was, I don't know, like I got there late, I'll say late in my career of the clubs. But it had firstly the best music, but also for the whole of Saturday afternoon, from the morning and afternoon, I was deaf.
Oh yeah, it was pretty loud, but Dockside was louder for me. My mommy still says my hearing loss is Dockside's fault. But
I lost my first pair of specs that I got at Dockside.
Oh
also.
my word,
My mommy phoned the place.
Oh, they find it.
They found it, and then I went to go fetch it on the Monday. I think the Monday or the Tuesday I went to go fetch it.
Nice. But besides that, obviously, Vibe was amazing for me. I don't know why Vibe was amazing for me. It was one of those last times, like, where me and my brasso was together before a lot of that girlfriend thing started separating. We were at our fullest force then, where everybody was together before, like wives and kids and all that stuff. Because the more you
Taxes.
party longer, your group gets smaller and smaller.
That's so true. And
And,
sad
like-
and sad. And at one point, they just go, yeah, we too prasa. We can't be just too
No,
prasa in
just
the club.
I used to go with my best friend. We just go alone. We will find mensen there because we've been partying for so long that it's duidelijk. But vibe we used to like this one brother Garth Lamb used to go with an imaginary ball and Zulu like dung 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 and then it goes dung dung. But then he used to go with the imaginary ball as the ball goes and then like blah blah. As soon as that song comes on, maybe you can be joling with someone, you can be talking to another bra or something, and as soon as that comes around and people hear that sound, we all fang each other on the middle of the dance and it goes Ben sure.
Bang. Well,
But-
also, sorry, on the list was Chrome. Chrome also had a good run.
I wasn't at Chrome so much.
Chrome was a space we I
I was
used to
very
party-
local.
I used to party with Rishka again. So
Yeah.
if Rishka was going, like even 169, I used to just go like, oh, she's going. Yeah, she is the only reason I used to go.
And
party.
then obviously as well Bermuda, which is one of my favorites. That's one of those clubs. The first times they know us as we coming in and they say, "Oh my word, the regulars."
Nice.
And it used to be like we used to didn't have money, so we used to call up, but we used to buy champagne in the joint because it was 50 rand for a JC. Then we get like 4 or 5 glasses out of that, and obviously so much sugar, and you just like having a good time, but you duck or so. But there's so much liquor ones. But yeah, back to like the traveling and stuff. Obviously, Hayden expressed how he used to travel. How did you used to get to the Jola?
So my parents they've always been, yo, we'll drop you.
That's nice.
So because
I swear that a little.
Because my parents were like, we'll rather know where you are, so we'll take you to the job. So my mom used to drop us at Dockside Stairs. Then the bouncer would let us, guys, move. They don't stand in the line, their mom is watching. Because my mom would stand there and then they'd be like, my mom would wait till we get inside and then that would be the move. Then the bouncer would let us skip the line.
We have the exact opposite stories of getting to Dockside.
Also, because we used to see the light, like my mom used to see the children go to Canal Walk, say they were their friends, and then they ran over to Dockside. So my parents were just like, yo, we know where you are, we're gonna fit you, and that was the thing.
Yeah.
And then I think when there was one time my parents couldn't take us, then Dishka was like, oh no, my friend will take us. We must wait for them in Krumboom Road. Then we had to walk probably like 15 minutes. We two lighties walking through the area. And then we're just standing, and then the bra pulls up in a bakkie, a Datsun. You know those wide Datsuns? I don't know what's it called. Anyway, then we just got in there, and it was like there was still like tools in the bakkie also, and like other children that we never knew.
Yeah.
Went there, and then when they dropped us at home, also because now we must wait for the brother. The party ends. Now we must wait for the brother to still fetch us. So now we're just standing outside,
Cold.
in the cold.
I used to do that one. The first one that you said where parents used to drop us at the canal
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch a movie, but then they come back and then we soap nut and we're talking about different stuff and we're talking freak loud because obviously we are still enthralled by this funky music and we are hyped. And obviously our ears are but in its chops,
Zinging.
so now we are talking loud. Like, yeah, the movie was loud, Spider-Man, my brother, mommy. But also, after soccer on Saturdays, we used to actually get the taxis. So we used to, I'm not talking about the normal taxis, talking about the sound taxis. Talking about like disturbance to the extreme, fantasy,
Don't laugh, you don't might
dragon, my bro. So we used to get that and we used to go through to the Jola, to Dockside in those taxis. And used to be crazy fun to pull up there. And then you're like, obviously not at the front, but they just drop us here and they fetch us afterwards as well. And I mean, it was kind of lekker to go through like that because you're in a buzz.
That's liquor.
And this music is clopping, man, bro.
Fiesta. Then, what do we have?
So, I'm speaking about like the matches and
I don't know.
underage now.
Jason. Sorry.
Well, to matinee sessions, I used to use the train, and
No, we did this one now. Sorry, we
No, we didn't do Jason with the train, did we?
Yes, then he said they went to Edgar's, isn't it?
to matinee sessions, I used to use the train, and you'd get off at Park Station in Joburg, walk past Edgar's, pop into Red Square to use the free testers so that you smell like you got money and that you didn't come in a train to the club. And then from the age of 17, all my bras were old and I had a learner's license. And for some reason, my mother trusted me, so we would all climb in my mother's Corolla and go to the job. I was the coolest 17-year-old. I also think my mother just did it because she knew I was overweight and I needed kind of the help with popularity and the ladies. I always knew that my charm was going to be enough. But I'm not going to lie, my mother also wasn't wrong. Who knew? If you want a Mac, your mama knows. Your mama knows.
Like with the matinee and stuff. So obviously my brother is a bit older and stuff, and my cousin as well. I'm not gonna name names, didn't ask them, but they used to take the train when they used to go to the Jola as well. Then they used to have to walk along the railway lines as well, which I also did once when I didn't have a lift home from the Joel, from Vibe. I think they also did it from Vibe, but a different Vibe. There was obviously like several vibes that existed, not at the same time, but. Yeah, they used to take train and stuff to the Joel.
Yo,
Have a-
missions, jong.
yeah, with a lekker top with them on the train, go in there, lekkertjes. And used to get rough on the trains because a lot of people were doing it, you know what I mean? But it must have been a lekker time, was just to experience it.
Yeah, everybody just moving in the same direction. In my mind, it feels like it could have been like the World Cup. You know, when
Yeah.
everybody's moving towards the stadium. But also,
Maar dan weet je, wanneer mensen come back, dan is er raffle eindtime. Hey, bro, dan weet je, mensen used to go, but fuck. But yeah.
but Jason was saying also when you got the car, then as soon as your brother takes you to the club, you must make sure he's single. Because if you have a girlfriend, he's gonna leave earlier than everybody else. Now you must either leave with him. That's gonna be like an hour, like 10 o'clock. You must go home already.
Yeah, like look here, like I remember, like obviously you having a liquor time, but if your girlfriend's not having a liquor time, then it's like I want to leave now, and then you must wait your brother, and they're like, nah, it's fine, I'll get a lift over someone else, and then shame, it's kak. But you know what? It happens. It has happened before, yes.
Everybody's been on that side. Here's Maxine.
How did I get there? So, my parents were very overprotective. I know this is common in a lot of brown households. And so, they would drop me everywhere I had to be. There was also a rule that I was not allowed to ride alone cars with boys. I don't even know whether it's changed. Has it changed? That's the question. No, I'm joking. Yeah. So yeah, no fun story. It was always just my parents, and even the matric ball after party. I think it was like one of my friends' parents, and we just all like drove together. I wish I had a fun story.
She's like you. Your parents also trouble for the joy.
Shout out to the responsible parents.
But look, not to say that Matopi didn't do that for me, because my brother, he used to also getuig us with a bakkie, and we used to go to the school jola, and like it was high
Which all
jola.
the brassen.
Then we all on the back of the bakkie. Matopi had like a V6 double cab at the time. And we used to call it the beast, and we used to drop us and fetch us like, yeah, 2 o'clock. And my sister, I remember, she was so upset. She's like, oh, father never dropped me anywhere, and why did you get this? I said, yeah, it's 'cause
What
I'm
is
the
this still in the
favorite.
16th century?
Nah, she's just the eldest, and obviously they moved differently then.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I'm the baby. Then my sisters always go like, "Oh no, I got it easy with the parents." But I also just feel like it's different parents. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
They worn down.
yeah. So shout out to all the siblings who wore
I
down.
don't even think that my daughter would have fetched me unless my mom would have said, please make sure the children is home safe, because I know that she was more worried than anything else that would happen. But at the same time, we need to grow up and we need to experience these things. I was sheltered for a very fucking long time.
I feel like this podcast is also us giving a lot of our lives away also.
Yeah.
Who do we have next? So question number 4 was, what is your favorite outfit to the Joel?
Oh, now we're talking the outfits. The outfits was the wave. So we always like, I used to wear a lot of Timberland boots. Like that was my thing. Timberlands, Air Force Ones, Jordans, and Air Maxes. But like there was a specific kind of denim I had. Like not many people had this denim. It was called Boys of London. It was a brand. They sold it at Third Base. Do you remember Third Base, boys? Yo, Third Base. And then also, like I used to like diesel denim. And then obviously you can't be a colored lady in the show out the Billabong t-shirt. Billabong Quicksilver British.
Yeah.
That was the way.
Yep.
But you know, like I still have some of those jeans today. It's just like that was my favorite part of the show. Like, yeah, you get let whatever for sake, but I still like prepping. That was my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers knew, this boy's the one. That was my thing. Just quiet, but at the outfits.
But no, bro, he's got a
He's
point
still
here,
the,
but
he's still the bra though.
the
Like he's still
Quicksilvers
the
and
bra
the
that's
Billabongs.
uitgekiet though. In the
Yes.
real world, he's still the uitgekiet bra. But you're right though. Billabong and Quicksilver was.
they had us a grip on us.
Yo, they even named Billabong on the was it Billabong on the Gulls also? They were that big of a brand at one point also.
That's crazy.
But yeah, then there was who else is there? But there was I feel like there was different sides of like outfit because there was the Shibaiga boys.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. I remember to the Owens in the era used to drape like that because it was, I don't know if it was that they wanted, it was more like the gum. And there was a lot of that around it because that's where I started wearing it. To this, my gum, a bit of friends was wearing it. So I got my daddy's Springle jersey out, his diamond jersey. And my mommy didn't actually want to buy me Dakotas, not Sebagas, because Sebagas obviously way too expensive. So she bought me a Rhinos, which is not even like that. So I used to drive that and I used to look cock. But Hayden had a lot of shoes, my bro. You know what I used to have? Whatever shoes my mommy could get on account of Edgar's. That's what I used to wear.
I used to yaks to see at one point because you could buy it at Fushini. On on credit cards, so basically, my mom had an account. So I used to wear Stussy and out. It was
And
like
Stussy is quite brand, eh?
Stussy was fire, but only the one branch used to have it. So I used to feel very cool about. That was like my coolest thing, I think, in the club. Yeah, but that was also like younger club. The older club was a different story also.
The denims is a very big thing as well.
The cut.
Like, what jeans did you wear? Like,
I think I had a jeans from YDE.
oh, okay, like a Trigger or 777 Productions.
A Trigger.
Yeah, those were
Because they
good.
must have the 75 rand sale, man.
Those jeans were cool, eh?
Ooh, such an odd cut, the wide, weird
I don't know, I
face.
enjoyed it. But I mean, I started obviously as a lot of us thought, which was Levi's. Levi's was the first denim that I had. And I always wanted a Pepe Dangari, but I never ever got it. I did buy me Pepe jeans now, late on in life, just for the memories. But I always wanted one. I always used to hate the ladies who had the Pepe Dangari, remember?
Because you see
I
that brown
didn't have
patch
it.
in front and you're like,
The
nah.
purple patch or the blue one, maybe no, the brown out there.
But yeah, so when we figured out why he had cheap clothes, then we were like, no, we'll just wait the season out and not buy.
But some stuff was expensive. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
expensive. YD was very cool.
I remember I took my mommy to Diesel one and she said, not a chance. Never ever got Diesel in my whole life.
And the lights used to wear, I don't know, do you know was it Destroyers? With the big boots and
It
buffaloes.
took me to New Rocks and the Buffaloes. Like,
Yeah.
that was a big thing at Dockside. But the shoes were very expensive.
Yeah,
they
but
were
they-
over 1,000 and then.
But they also that thing of, there was Majats also. The lights used to wear Majats, I think.
No?
I think so because I remember seeing knockoffs that were like legit. It looked fast because like Rishka had like cool friends who used to have both.
How much rubber and plastic is in that now? Imagine that. Yo.
If you want to talk about what's polluting, it's not the straws, it's the damn buffaloes.
But how was it Owens on the Buffaloes who was like short and then they also had that glycerin spikes. And you know, the glycerin spikes was like a ruler's length above their head.
Yes.
It was massive. If you guys have never seen that, that's an image that I wish you could have seen once in your life.
Here we have Jason on his outfit.
Favorite outfit back in the day? Fresh white Jack Purcell. Why you had to wash them to go to the club to make them dirty? Nobody knows. You've been stealing chalk since high school days to save to make these Jack Purcells white, but you were still going into the club. Fresh white Jack Purcells, Boys of London jeans, the baggy one. The one where only the toe of the Boys of the Jack Purcell is actually sticking out. That's how wide the pipe of the jeans is. The jeans got the white stripe down the side, cause you a little bit funky, confuse the enemy. Plain white t-shirt, because you believe you had a chest, because I went to the gym once or twice, and yeah, that was the vibe. You get home, the Jack Purcells are brown, the t-shirt has got stains. Sometimes those stains are unidentifiable, but makes for a good time. Also, bleach, repeat.
I remember that stain. It's like if you get a brandy stain, because I mean things is going. Maybe there's a potency shot or a zapper shot or something that someone poured, and you obviously dripping, so it's on your shirt or something. Then you look for that. It's the worst when it happens as you get to the jaw and someone spills something on you. Then you like brown. So that's why you like don't wear the white colors. But I mean sometimes you look like in a white sweater, man. You know what I mean? Your arm length is fine and look good.
It was it's the first way on the white sweater.
Yeah.
It's crisp. I did also. I remember. I don't know what club it was. I think it was Chrome. Got there within like the first 10 minutes. Someone dropped like a drink on me.
Yeah,
I was like, I wanna go home.
Yeah.
Because I don't drink and I hate the smell of alcohol because it's just like it.
Hey, you don't have to prove anything to me.
No, but it's just a thing of like it felt like stink. Like I wasn't used to the smell. You know the thing of like once you're used to it, it doesn't smell anymore. Anyway, this made me like nard. Then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a mission to go home. I left everybody and I was like, yeah, this is not a vibe. I hated it.
I couldn't wait to get my first pair of like Pascals as well as like Converse, but you know what? I didn't care after a while because that circling of Maxine and looking after stuff. I'm sorry, but I am freak lazy, so just give me black shoes. But having said that, I did have like a rubber Lacoste with the straps. That was so cool for a lekker tydje. But maybe
was it like the Adidas shape?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Stan Smith shapes.
Yeah.
Stan Smith, yeah. But the also I figured out, I don't know how old I was, but I figured when you could just put chucks in the washing machine. Just like that.
You did that?
Yeah.
I was told not to do that.
Nah, and it was fine. Like I was just like, okay, you just take the laces out, put it in the machine, wash it, save it, or you put it in a pillowcase so that it doesn't fly around too much. That saved my life. It saved so much time also.
Then let's say, did you obviously like have to negotiate like with your mommy to wash certain things in a way so that you can wear it for Saturday? Because that was a big thing for me. Like I used to like plan my week so that I can wear my sweater on the Tuesday, but then it'll be in the washer. I can wear the Saturday. Like there was one setup or one clothing like design that you felt that yourself like, nah, this is my way of
confident
looking
look.
But die nou ons kyk toe jou brasse was be like strays and be sticking at you in your Quicksilver sweater and that shoe and that jeans because I mean bro, you felt good in that.
It was your Christmas clothing and now you
not the rich man bro, like you can't have a man, you know, this man who come with koi sweaters to the Joel every week. I wasn't that man.
I think the smartest thing Quicksilver and Billabong could do was go to Edgar's because people could buy it on their account also. Because then everybody was yakking new Billabong every damn week also. Here's Maxine on the clothing. Oh no. No, that was...
My favorite outfit. Oh my goodness. I don't have a favorite, but I do have like my worst probably. So they would let me sing at these clubs as well. I don't know what that says about like these club owners, but anyways, it's fine. Actually, at this point, I was about 16, so I have this picture that's embedded in my mind and it's on my hard drive. So I actually saw this not too long ago. I was wearing low-rise jeans, okay? I don't think I can do that now. With a bright pink top, but I had a waistcoat on too, man. And this giant belt. Like, what was the reason? And I think I had pumps on or something. And this god-awful side path. And like my hairline in general is like really odd. It's I can't explain it. It's like the opposite of a widow's peak. So it's not really, I don't want to say I have a receding hairline. Because I don't. But I have like baby hairs that, okay, anyways, my point is that like when the side path happens, like the hair would fall so much in my face.
The habit is a big thing.
It's just not nice and it's awful. So there was that.
You also know, like, there's a certain way that your hair fits. Like, when you get it right there, you go, I'm comfortable. I'm confident with this look. But as soon as something changes, other people can't see it. But in your mind, you're just like...
That's so true. Like, I used to do my hair, and then if the spikes and stuff don't do the right thing in the right way, because I got like 3 crowns on my cup, so my hair don't go the same way all the time. It's one goes Weinberg in, one goes Joburg one is put skip vir my in the Durban box, asseblief. But doing your hair and stuff like that used to be a thing for me. Like, I used to redo my hair until that spike look the right way it's supposed to do. But also, like, she said something like, "What was I wearing then?" But I also go through the pictures of when I was wearing that the what is it called, like the bootleg jeans and stuff, and now we in skinny jeans. It's like, maybe at the time you felt good, and that is all it's about. Don't fucking worry about it. You can laugh about it now, but right then you were on point, man, bro. You were on point.
Now, for me, when I think it's a thing of like that was acceptable at the time. That was the fashion. I cringe now for it, but we must still allow it.
Yeah.
The waistcoat era, when people were wearing like shirt and like we were wearing clothes, like formal clothes to the club. It didn't make sense why we were wearing like those long pointed shoes.
Nah, me bro, smart casual. How you then for a big boy?
Smart casual is just a suit but the jeans.
It is, no? But also like,
Why are you wearing a tie on a Saturday night?
it was just, I used to wear it to the cholo.
I know. The thing is, I also used to
Yes,
wear
I actually saw your pictures of you wearing it.
It exists on the internet, guys. We'll find it. But again, the thing of just going, those were not good looks. I also remember my sister
It
wearing
was at the time. Don't worry about it.
leather jackets to the club.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
I have my daddy's leather jacket upstairs that I'm just happy to have
Is
because
it the
he used to
patch one?
drape it. No, it's a standard quiet one. It's really cool.
Like a Matrix looking.
No, it's just
not a blazer.
it's almost like a suit jacket, leather jacket. That looks really cool.
But you see, now you can wear it because you're not going to the club. Also, the fashion will allow it. But guys, why were they wearing like blazers in the club also?
I used to do it myself. It's like, what the fuck?
Because
Usher had us in a chokehold.
it was Usher. It was actually Usher. Because people were sweating.
But it was then, it was happening. And then I thought that's obviously not to talk about the bands who used to wear suma 2 rosaries or 3 rosaries in the gym. Like, okay, we get it.
Also 2 on each arm.
But they like just laughing in the jaw, like all these rosaries on, and then just having a dop. So, you know what I mean? Maybe even chasing. But I never ever did that. I thought, like, what the hell? I'm not going to do that shit. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was like weird to see. But I mean, again, something had happened.
And scarves. People used to wear like, but not like dookies, but like those
Yes.
you know what? Those now it's like Palestinian scarves, but
Yeah.
people used to wear that. Like I think Lil
I had
Wayne,
one of those as well.
Lil Wayne, he started wearing that stuff. The
Fashion
purple and the
trends,
green
yes.
swag.
I had a green one.
Embarrassing times. Then the question now was, what was your favorite memory at the club?
Okay, so my favorite memory, I've got 2. One where I was attending a club and the other when I was playing at a club. One where I was attending was at Bang Bar. They had a 4-day party over a weekend because they were closing from the Thursday till the Sunday night. But the most memorable one was the Sunday night. The place was packed. Like, they weren't letting other people in because it was so full inside, and there was a line outside which stretched through the parking lot into the road. And I'm not talking about like a single file line. I'm talking about like 5 people next to each other, squashed together, going up the stairs to the entrance, and then like a crowd of people in the parking lot and a crowd of people going down the road. Like, it got so full, and like people were like trying to break the gate to get inside because they all just wanted to be inside. Like, it was hectic.
Let me dance.
But a good night nonetheless. And then my second favorite memory was when I was playing at We Have Sundays. My first time playing there. It was one of my goals, and I was fortunate enough to have played there. It was, like I explained before, the energy was nothing like I've ever experienced playing for an event. The love that I felt.
Okay, Fynn, we asked for 1 memory, not 2. But we're very happy that you get to perform there for the first time.
Shout out Rias. It's such a liquor jewel. Everybody's happy. There's so much good vibes when you go there, and it's just liquor music and liquor people, and I don't know. It's just a good vibe.
On the note of places I enjoyed was Cold Turkeys.
Oh yes, Cold Turkey Sundays.
Cold Turkey Sundays was fire.
Yeah.
That was also a good summer that we had that space.
Yes.
Or that
And
I
then
got to go to.
They changed venues and all this, but Cold Turks was really, really just.
When it was in
fun.
Greenpoint.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Change to there. Yeah.
That was actually the last party we went to before lockdown. That was like, I think lockdown was the Sunday. Then the Sunday before that we went to Cold Turkey when they restarted. Yeah. And then you were saying also, do you remember how full clubs used to be? Like on event nights. It used to be like, there was a time when I think Really Deep performed at one of the Dockside parties.
Like the G&G pros, he was always
the GMBG Pro, yo. But then you just go, people couldn't dance. You were just packed in there. Like in retrospect, you go, that's a fire hazard, and it shouldn't exist. But everybody was just packed. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to this side. I'm gonna go that side.
Even like if you go downstairs to the jazz cafe, like there's just people lumming outside in that foyer section that you couldn't even do anything because it was just so hot everywhere.
I forgot about. But also, like also, what a world we lived in where people was just next to each other, breathing.
And Dockside is massive because it used to have all those people on top as well. Remember?
Yes.
That used to be madness.
Here we have Jason.
His memory from the Joel is rolling with a squad, 12 people deep, taking over the dance floor. The two biggest guys, me and another guy named Gary, used to call him G. We would stand on each edge of the dance floor, make the circle so that takes over the whole dance floor. Gary and I would hand the pretend skipping rope and then start the skipping game. And if you wanted to dance, you had to pretend to dance over the skipping rope. At the time, oh my God, we believed we were the future. This was the coolest Daft Punk type style stuff that anyone had ever done. And if you can just picture two burly men playing with an imaginary skipping rope and then thin lanky people jumping up and down in the center, pretending that the rope is there, and everybody going crazy, still jamming to Robin S. What a nice.
That's insane, having imaginary skipping rope in the jaw.
But also, when two brothers look like they're having fun, everybody wants to have fun with him.
Yeah.
Then you're just like, oh shit, this is a vibe. Okay, we're gonna. Because then I'll go skip. If I see everybody skipping and it's a fun time, I'm also gonna go skip. I won't lie.
You also spoke about the kring, and I love the kring. And the kring has changed over the years.
But the kring is the kring, though.
Yeah. Like getting in the middle, firstly, like at Dockside and other places, like you just go in the middle and you battle. Then you're blabbing with your friends, and then it's catching on, like doing whatever dances in the chill. Then it obviously progresses as you get older. Now it's your aunties and uncles is almost supporting there, and they're doing their dances.
The kring is the kring. That thing
it's fun.
When people are happy and you make a circle, it's a performance now. Now it's not just we dance for ourselves, we dance for everybody. You're like,
no, but there is somebody who's not trying harder if no one is in the middle and they have a lick of time.
And there's one person that goes, oh no, we're going to break dance now. Why are you breakdancing in the club? Like, we're here to dance. Now they're just kicking people out of the way.
My friend Paul, his cousin, used to come to the chola and he was a breakdancer. And used to be like cool with me, getting, but then the man used to just want to breakdance all the time. And I remember this one day he was breakdancing outside his chola and he was hurting his hands on the floor. Like, my bro, that's all right.
Calm down. We know you can. It's fine. It's
fucking
not that
banana
kind of
and air place there in the middle of. I think we were in Otter.
I blame Eddie Gordo for the respike in breakdance. Here's Maxine.
My favorite memory or memories would have to be those moments where I got to sing in these places. So my dad would always call me up at I'm honestly scarred because whenever we would go anywhere and he's playing, he'd be like, I'd just like to call my daughter up. And I was almost always prepared because I knew it was going to happen. But moments like that, it's irreplaceable. It introduced me to the music industry at a very young age. And so, who can say that they got to do that at 13 years old or 16 years old, you know? So, yeah, that was definitely my favorite moments in those places.
Yeah, just props to that. I love live performances, and maybe already Sammy Weber and Rich Seasons. When I see them or hear them playing, it's always it's a vibe. Bro. I love it.
I feel like Maxine saw the other side of the party, of we work and we perform at the party.
Yeah.
We are the stars at the party. We were just we here to be entertained.
Nah, I've heard her sing. I've watched some of her videos on Facebook, and she's super talented.
Yeah. No. Guys, if you're listening, go follow. Then we have Fynn, because we asked him what was his favorite clubs or so.
So, my favorite club or event, my all-time favorite, without a doubt, I have to say We Are Sundays. Ever since I attended, which wasn't even that long ago, I fell in love with like the general vibe of the place. Everyone is super chilled, everyone is loving, everyone is joyful.
Yeah, it's
The general
That's very true. It's like I was saying it earlier on.
Yeah.
The vibes is just on point. It's such a nice people, and everyone's there for just to have a good time. And it's liquor and the energy, and you just hear the whistlings and the go Leighton, and it's kind of like a shout out Leighton mood. You.
So yeah, again, guys, when we're all getting vaxxed, we're going to be us as well. But I feel like there's so much moments we're not covering even tonight. I feel
Yeah.
like there's other generations that has come before us and that's going through it now that we haven't covered, and that's why we're gonna have a second episode where we'll cover more of the things as well.
Definitely. Like, look, just some of like off the top of my head, like a lot of the memories is just like having everybody there. You know what? Everyone on the back of the bucky, having all the brassa around. Like, yes, we saping, yes, we catching up, but like lambing on the dance floor and like having a booth or like if you had to go to Old Vibe, there was like there's these rows.
Yes.
And then there was people who own the rows, and if you get there early enough, which never really happens, then you get to get the booth and you get to lamb liquor. And if you know somebody, you get to lamb them. So that kind of vibe. But I also have this other story which is a bit different. I remember my cousin. I'm not gonna say his name, but Clayton. I'm gonna say his name. So we're lambing at Vibe. Now we're at the back there, and my brother. So now we wanna have a liquor time there. We're saping. Now it's time to chase this one girl a whole night. And eventually now we're all sitting at the table at the back just drinking now because time before we got back to dance or maybe something other songs didn't grand on. So he's lambing the imamoko on the table, across it onto my brother. Oh my word. It was the worst. But there's actually there's just so many.
Yeah, that was the other side also of the club was when the men's is like mom walking there, or as you're walking, someone pushes you out of the way, and they just go, don't step there. And you look down. Mob guys.
It used to
also
happen
there's
a lot.
food. Why is there food? Why didn't you like eat earlier, digest the food, and then come to the club? Why am I?
I remember also it was the pumps and hose party at Atmosphere, no? And I was at my brother's house stuff, and we obviously pre-drinking, but now we get there and the line is super long, like Vibe 12-hour line long, and now we just and he's like, I'm not standing in this fucking line. So he walked through like he was on a mission, and there's a clone means are with us, and I said, well, I'm going with that then, and then we walked straight in past everybody like we were supposed to be there.
Did you walk like you just? No one stopped you.
Nobody stopped us, and we just walked in and we had the most time.
Also, that was those. I don't know. I feel like could have been of the most embarrassing moments to happen to anybody when you walk past.
He was
the
a
line.
drape though.
No.
Like as a pump, it was quick funny.
But the thing of when you see someone, you're standing in the line and you're waiting. Now you see someone walk to the front, then they say, "Oh no, I'm Melissa. My name is on the guest list." Now they look for Melissa. No, there's nothing here.
It's like, oh, you just come through so long.
No, or as you walk back, everybody just goes,
Wow.
"Yo, wow, you not here." And then was walked down the whole. I remember there was one night one day at Dockside, the line was freak long, and they bounced there's two girls, and they had to walk past, and it was like a Mexican wave that followed them up, boom, right back to Canal. It was the funniest thing to see.
That's big funny. Shame. But
Were you bounced already?
Yes, I get Vibe. I had to go up to the back of the line before, and it's fine. You take the risk and stuff. Talking about that one night, it was a Friday night, we go to the Vibe, and we're getting in now, and now all of us is under 18, and it's 18 years old now. It's not 16 years old in the mountain anymore. So we get the dope and stuff. I remember in the taxi, we race. If one don't get in, we all don't go. We lambing in the line there. Wat hadden we allow? He's a bit klein, my bro. So he get back out, all of us. All right. Then we all just waited. But we all took turns coming outside to check on him, and he made a friend outside. And then they were just lambing because he couldn't go home, no? Simply because we're not supposed to be there. We didn't actually we have someone to phone to come fetch us now because again we're not supposed to be there, and then the taxi's coming to fetch us only like later on the night.
It's also the thing of cell phones wasn't necessarily a big thing.
Yeah.
Because you go like I don't know how people. How
Now
do
we
people
had our
just,
51 tenants then and stuff.
but I mean, like I'm talking about like your like dockside days.
No, I don't have one then.
There was no cell phones then, and also if I think of like my sisters, I go, how did they tell people that they were in danger?
Time management, my bro.
Did you just memorize the phone number? What?
Yes, I used to actually have to. I can tell, obviously, you know your mom and daddy's and your home phone number.
Yes. I'm trying to think of how many phone numbers are now. Probably know like 4, 5, 6. I know 6 cell phone numbers.
But it's always so lekker to reminisce about those times, like wearing the Pepe Dangaris or wearing the Allagays and the Powers and obviously your Nikes and stuff. And just that time of like blumming with your brother and getting ready and excited for a job. Who's going to be there? Is she going to be there again this week? You don't know because you can't contact her. It's
Also,
so much
the,
good fun.
the music that plays on the drive to the club was also a thing. Because it's like, it's hype music, but you go, we're going to hear the song in 30 minutes time inside the job, but I'm going to play it now.
Yeah.
Also, it was such a wild trip. And then also food on the way home also is another thing. But I think we'll cover that in the second
Yes,
episode of
we,
this.
we need to go through Huis Chola, which is honestly one of my favorite things that I've ever been to because I used to throw big house parties. And then also, like, progressing to our snack dances and our platter parties.
Yes, and also food on the way home. We're going to have to cover that. I feel like that's also a big...
Yes.
And what food you eat at home when you get home after the job.
We didn't even cover like Golden Dish and like the iconic mission of coming there after Galaxy and all these things. It's like so much like we didn't even talk about 169. And again, there's gonna be a lot of this because again we have to, what can I say? We have time. We don't have time.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thanks for listening to the Reg Boys podcast.
Thank you guys so much again. Share and give us feedback and hopefully we brought back some like memories again this week.
Yes, and because when we share, you guys must get your story ready. Because when we're gonna open the lines, you guys must come with your stories. I'm Yasin Barnes.
I'm Simon Orgel.
And
Bye bye.